KudlowandCoCNBC.com.
Welcome back. You're watching Kudlow and Company right here on CNBC. Well, before you start planning that '07 travel schedule, let's find out what you can expect to pay at the pump. Here for an energy preview is Kevin Kerr. He is the editor of Resource Trader Alert at DailyReckoning.com and columnist for Market Watch, as well as Chris Edmonds, energy analyst at Pritchard Capital Partners. Gentlemen, welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Good evening.
And I'm going to ask you for your predictions. Chris, let's start off with you.
Well, I think it's another pretty good year for energy. We think oil is a $55 to $65 commodity on the normalized side. We think there's a lot of risk still geopolitically. Supply, I think, is tighter than the inventory numbers show right now, and I think OPEC's going to defend that $60 level. And we think natural gas remains, while it may face some weather challenges in the short term, as may oil, we think natural gas remains a $6 commodity, and both of those commodity outlooks are pretty good for the energy stock market.
Kevin, what do you say? Because, of course, this year we saw the first annual decline in oil since 2001, and we heard Chris there predict yet another decline next year. What do you see?
Well, we definitely think energy prices are going to ramp up again this year. Here we are at $60. This really is pretty much the new base for oil. OPEC said they're very comfortable with $60. We've seen the market try to dip further below this. We've really only gotten as far as 58. We see a lot of potential volatility this year as we head into the new year. Obviously, weather has been very cooperative this summer and this fall, but that can all change very quickly.
Gentlemen, I guess it falls to me to take the other side of this debate here. One thing we've noticed here, which is as OPEC cut, prices came down, and there's an argument out there I'm sure you're familiar with that as capacity expands, which has the ability to step into the market in the event of some sort of geopolitical cutoff in supplies, prices can actually come down in that environment. Just strikes me that the more OPEC tries to manage the price, the more it could potentially fall here. Chris?
Yeah, Steve, I think you have a point, and I think there's some historic precedent to that. I think what's different this time, and the cycle's not going to be any different, as you know, if the economy, the biggest risk is an economic slowdown that has an impact on demand. But the supply fundamentals have changed, and there isn't that extra supply source that is readily available in the short term. So if there is I think Kevin's right, if there's a geopolitical issue, whether it's Iran, Nigeria, Venezuela, Russia, what have you, that someone to step into the market and provide additional supply is going to be very, very difficult to do. And that's why I think that the prediction that if there are geopolitical issues that surface again are right,
Kevin,
I think that's a serious risk.
Kevin, I'm actually a bear on oil, but a bull on the oil stocks. And let me explain why. I was down at the Odessa equipment show, which is one they have every 2 years. It's the biggest one in the country.
On his vacation.
On my vacation. That's what I do.
You're like me, Steve.
Yeah, right. I love talking to these guys. They're terrific. What they were saying to me is, look, at $45 a barrel, we're still out there exploring. People are still ordering tons of equipment. $6 a gallon, $6 gas is terrific for us. We're watching. We think the worry sign is $4. So it strikes me that even if some of these energy prices, some of the froth comes out of these markets, you can still make money with some of these exploration companies and some of the equipment providers.
Absolutely. And, you know, a lot of the tertiary plays, the drillers, the refiners, these are great plays. And right now, especially with oil at this level, you're right, there's a lot of bargains out there. You know, actually, when we get higher crude prices, we start to look at the alternative energies and the alternative plays like solar and ethanol and all that.
Would somebody tell me how I can make a buck on Canadian oil shale? It's something I'm looking at when I see these articles that come out. It says, Canadian oil shale, there's more oil in the shale of Canada than there is in the entire universe, or some word like that they keep saying. Chris, is there a play somewhere in there? Or has it already been played out?
No, I think that we're just beginning there, and you've seen a lot of the infrastructure development. You're going to see more. Companies like Suncor, a leading producer up there, they stand to profit significantly as long as oil remains in the range that both of us think it does. That spurs that kind of development, that kind of exploration. So companies like Suncor work, smaller companies that provide the equipment and the logistics up there, like in oil states, that works. Other producers, Canadian Natural, work as well. I think that's a story that is just in its infancy and is beginning to play out. And my hunch is that over the next 5 to 10 years, you see a real pickup in interest and investment dollars flowing into northern Canada.
In the Kingdom of Canada, the Sheikh of Quebec, we'll be talking about soon. All right, anyway, thanks to Kevin Kerr and Chris Edmonds. Up next, the politics of war. Saddam Hussein's life hanging by a thread. The president is planning a troop surge. We've got, I'm serious about this, a political brawl waiting in the wings. We'll be right back with said brawl.
For my New Year's resolution, I am looking forward to Arthur Laffer's theories being true. I am also looking forward to celebrating my 21st birthday and seeing France pay off its World War I debts.
I'm Ed Rontaler. I'm 101 years old. This house was built in 1930. We've had a lot of trick-or-treaters, many happy Thanksgivings, many happy memories in this house. I wouldn't trade a single day here for anything.
Each year, mortgage insurance from Genworth Financial helps thousands of people start building